Okay, so again, on this one, we're using the same angles. Angle A has a sine of 0.3, and we had calculated that the cosine of A was 0.954, so we have 0.954. We calculated that from the other problem. And we also found that the sine of A from our previous problem was 0.714. So we're going to use those as we calculate these. Now, in this particular instance, we have a choice here for cosine, because our cosine 2b could be cosine squared minus sine squared, or it could be 2 cosine squared minus 1, or it could be 1 minus 2 sine squared. And again, I just copied those in terms of my question from my card, okay? Well, since I calculated the sine of A, or excuse me, the sine of B, this should be B. Since I calculated the sine of B, I am going to go ahead and use the one that just uses cosine. So I'm going to use this formula. So I'm just going to use that formula because I don't have to do any extra calculations. So I have the cosine of 2b, which is going to be 2 times cosine squared b minus 1. The cosine of b was 0.7, so I have 2 times 0.7 squared minus 1, so that's 2 times 0.49 minus 1, which is 0.98 minus 1, which is 0.02, and it is negative. Okay, so that's the first one. Then the second one is the sine of A minus B, and again, I have that on my handy-dandy chart here. So I know that's going to be the sine of A cosine B minus the cosine of A times the sine of B. And again, I just substitute in. The sine of A was 0.3, the cosine of B was 0.7, minus the cosine of A was 0.954, times the sine of B, which was, and then I type all that in my calculator. So I have 0.3 and we've got negative 0.4711356, so that would be 0.471, and it is also negative. So that would be negative 0.0 or negative 0.471. Okay?